Now at 4:30 on WKYT this morning, a veterans group is accusing a Lexington man of stolen valor. We'll have the details coming up in a full report.
Firefighters in Harlan County say they think a fire that killed a woman was started under suspicious circumstances.
And almost 9 years later, people from all across the country came to Lexington to support a man who was killed in a jet crash. That story and more coming up on WKYT this morning.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT This Morning.
Good morning to you. Welcome in. We hope you had a nice weekend and you're ready to go here on this Monday. I'm Bill Bryant.
And I'm Rebecca Smith. Let's get a first look at the forecast right now with meteorologist Micah Harris.
It looks pretty good this morning, but as we get into the afternoon, we'll start to see a few rumbles of thunder spark up here and there, especially south and southeast where we have had them. Yesterday, not so much Saturday. It was actually a really nice weekend for most of us. Temperatures sat there in the 60s and 70s this morning. We'll finish off in the 60s for all. Then we get into the afternoon holding on to 84 degrees. A few storms here and there, but there are better chances in the forecast, especially as we head toward midweek. I'll break down that cold front coming up in a few minutes.
Okay, we'll see you then. And in the news this morning today, a man accused of stolen valor in order to get a dog is set to appear in front of a Lexington courtroom.
Authorities arrested Jeffrey Alcorn Saturday. A veterans organization says he used false documents for a free flight where he picked up a service dog in Georgia. WKYT Sam Smith spoke to the founder of that organization.
Officials say after his flight landed, Jeffrey Alcorn of Nicholasville was arrested. His flight was paid for by a group called Veterans Airlift Command. They provide flights for wounded veterans. Volunteers with the organization tell me they called police when they found out Alcorn was pretending to be a veteran to fly to and from Georgia to pick up a service dog.
Most of our passengers are pretty easy to vet. We don't require a lot of paperwork because most of these guys you can track just with a simple Google search.
Walt Fickey founded the organization. He told me over the phone they found out about Alcorn's history before he left Lexington. He says they allowed Alcorn to get the dog and bring it back so he could be charged with the crime. Police charged him with 2 counts of theft by deception.
We don't want resources being taken from guys who burned them.
Fickey says his organization encounters things like this very seldomly. But when they suspect someone is trying to take advantage of them, they act on it.
When someone does that, it's our desire that they get caught and sort of hung out to dry.
Fickey says a volunteer flew the service dog back to its trainers in Georgia to be given to a, quote, deserving veteran. In Lexington, Sam Smith, WKYT.
Well, court documents say Alcorn admitted he never served in the military. He's scheduled to be in court this afternoon. Well, new this morning, we're learning a parachutist killed during a Chicago air show this weekend has a connection to Kentucky. According to CBS News, Army Sergeant Corey Hood and a U.S. Navy SEAL collided midair Saturday during an air show. Hood died yesterday. The SEAL broke a leg but is expected to be okay. Our sister station in Louisville reports that Sergeant Hood, a native of Cincinnati, performed in last spring's Thunder over Louisville. An Army spokesperson said Sergeant Hood leaves behind a wife. He was 32 years old.
We also have some new details this morning about a deadly plane crash in San Diego, California. We have learned overnight that a 5th person has died after a mid-air plane collision over the San Diego airport. The Federal Aviation Administration says the wreck happened about 2 miles northeast of Brownfield Municipal Airport in southern San Diego County. Both planes were headed toward the airport. The crash started several small brush fires in the area that firefighters were able to quickly put out. The cause of the crash is under investigation right now. WKYT has learned the name of a man killed in a boating accident in southern Kentucky. The Pulaski County Deputy Coroner says 58-year-old David Zuver died Saturday. Emergency management leaders say Zuver and his wife were trying to tie up their houseboat near the Burnside Marina when she injured her ankle. They believe her husband died while trying to help her. They say he got caught between the houseboat and the bank. The deputy coroner says the couple is from Ohio.
And Whitley County search crews were out on Laurel Lake again Sunday looking for the victim of a possible drowning. On Saturday, a couple reported seeing a teenager go down in the water at the spillway. Crews spent the day searching but did not find anyone. They're expected to be out again this morning. Firefighters in Harlan County are trying to figure out what started a fire that killed a woman. WKYT broke the story Sunday morning at 7. State police say the fire happened in the Stanfield community of Harlan County. Investigators say 26-year-old April Dean did not make it out of the home. They do suspect foul play.
Now, 4:35 on WKYT this morning, and a man involved in a shootout at a Southern Kentucky hotel is now facing charges for the crime. The Commonwealth Journal reports 28-year-old Christopher McCracken from Nashville will be answering to evidence tampering and weapons charges. A grand jury indicted him last week. Police say back in June he was involved in a shootout in the parking lot at the America's Best Value Inn. At the time of the shooting, police told us that members of several motorcycle clubs were also involved. A Lexington woman sentenced to 40 years in prison for her boyfriend's murder is speaking to WKYT News about the crime. On Friday, a judge sentenced Shayna Hubers for murdering her boyfriend Ryan Poston last spring. Prosecutors pointed out that Hubers had yet to apologize for the crime. Hubers did offer an apology in court, but not directly to Poston's family.
I'm sorry to my family, and I'm sorry to my friends for letting them down, and I'm sorry for any hardship I've caused other people.
Hubers is a Lexington native and a graduate of Dunbar High School. She has been in jail since October of 2012.
A Bowling Green amusement park has suffered another accident in less than a month's time. Our sister station at Bowling Green says this weekend a roller coaster derailed at Beach Bend Park. This comes just 3 weeks after 8 people were hurt when a sinkhole caused a ride to tip over. Beach Bend says no one was injured in yesterday's accident. The cause is still under investigation.
A Louisville priest is under a federal investigation for allegedly downloading child pornography. Our sister station in Louisville reports that Father Stephen Pohl has been placed on administrative leave over the weekend by the Louisville Diocese. According to church leaders, the FBI Cyber Crimes Unit seized Pohl's laptop and cell phone earlier in the week in connection to the investigation. Before being suspended, Father Pohl was the administrator of both a church and a grade school. Pohl has not been charged. A former Cincinnati College basketball coach is facing sexual abuse charges in northern Kentucky. On Friday, lawyers for Bryce McKee, the former assistant coach for the women's basketball team at Xavier University, pleaded not guilty to a third-degree sexual assault charge out of Kenton County. According to a criminal complaint, McKee touched a player without permission twice while she was at his house and then attempted to kiss her when she left. The player's father spoke to reporters about it over the weekend, talking about the allegations.
But he said he gave her alcohol, and after a while, he was talking to her and sort of put his hands on her, made a move, and later on, he made another move, and she told him she wasn't interested.
The complaint also states after the incident, McKee offered money to keep the player from pursuing criminal charges. McKee currently works at the University of Maryland as an assistant coach, where he is currently under suspension.
City leaders in Lexington have ordered crews to stop work on the site of the new high school on Winchester Road. According to our partners at the Herald-Leader, city leaders issued a statement Saturday night saying Fayette County Public Schools did not have a building permit at the time they started construction. A school district spokesperson said the district and a contractor will be working to resolve the issue as quickly as possible. School is expected to open in fall of 2017. Classes are set to start today for Madison County School. After half a week of delays, Daniel Boone Elementary did not start last Wednesday as scheduled. Construction at the school was not complete, so as Madison County school leaders pushed back the start date. The district says students at Daniel Boone Elementary will not have to make up the missed days because their school calendar is already longer than the state requires.
For the 9th year running, volleyball players from across the area came to Lexington this weekend for a memorial tournament aimed at honoring the victim of a deadly jet crash. Back in 2006, Comair Flight 5191 crashed on takeoff at Bluegrass Airport in Lexington, killing 49 of the 50 people on board. Since then, friends and family of one of the victims, Fenton Dawson, have been holding an annual volleyball tournament in his name.
It's been 9 years and you drive up and it feels like it was yesterday. So that can be a little rough, but once you get in here and the energy gets going and everybody's telling stories and laughing, it's exactly what he would have been doing.
Next Thursday will be the 9-year anniversary of the crash. Dawson was 46 years old. WKYT This Morning is just getting started. The time right now is 4:40.
What food can add flavor to many foods while also curing health problems? Moms Every Day has the answer to that question when we return.
Warm and humid conditions continue, and also looking at those thunderstorms to be expected, especially as we head throughout your work week. I'll get into that forecast coming up next.